Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Dean with Massabesic Gold and Silver, and we are going to be looking at part 4 here of an American coin collection. This is a lot of fun, or it has been for the last few weeks. I've been going through this, especially with all of you on camera. So today is kind of a two-part video. We're going to be, the first part, we're going to be looking at some Buffalo nickels that I conserved, some other coins that I conserved. And then the second part, I really want to get to the silver quarters in this bag. I want to get to these too. I don't know if we're going to get time to go through these Buffaloes today, but definitely want to get to these silver quarters. So stay tuned for that for the second half of this video. But the first half, I really want to focus on some coins that we did some conservation on. Apparently this is very controversial. I didn't realize that it would be so bad, but when coins have PVC on it, you got to take the PVC off, people. It's going to damage. It's going to continue to damage the coin. It's going to continue to, not be good, especially if you're going to be putting this coin into your collection. So this is the 1913D here, and I want to remind you what it looked like before. So here is it before. This is the green. You can see all that green. That's all PVC all over this coin. So I did not give this an acetone bath. What I did was I took acetone on a Q-tip and I rolled it gently across this coin repeatedly. I did that on both the obverse and reverse with multiple Q-tips because they get dirty real fast, as you can imagine. And I think I got the majority of the PVC off. I will say underneath all that PVC, it looks like this could be a possible planchet flaw here. You can see those marks, kind of flakes almost. There's a little bit there on the bison's leg as well. Here's the other one. This is the 13 Philadelphia. This one was really, really green. Really just covered with PVC. So again, same technique. A little acetone on a Q-tip and gently rolling across it. Underneath the green, you can see some of these brown marks here. I'm not really sure what that is from. And also, I picked up all these little holes all along here that were there. And I don't really know what those are. They look like they're almost like staple marks, but they're not. The reverse came out really nice. You can see how nice the reverse looks now. Got rid of all of that green. Again, this is something you have to do. I don't know. I guess you can send it off to have it conserved, but you're going to be spending a lot of money on something that you really could do yourself. Now, granted, if these were super high grade, super rare coins, absolutely, I'm going to send them off to a professional. But for me to take this stuff off, you can see here, this is the green. All that PVC is the green substance on this coin. And, it's, again, something that has to come off the coin. You can't just leave it on there. So here is the end product here. Same technique, just taking a Q-tip with a little bit of acetone on it and rolling it across the surfaces of this coin, not wiping, not bearing down, just gently taking it off, and you'll see it just comes right onto the Q-tip. And then you have to obviously change Q-tips because you're going to be taking more and more of it up. The reverse on this came out really nice. It did reveal two spots, one right above the tail, one right below the nose of the bison or buffalo, whatever you want to call it, technically bison, but anyway. But it came out really nice. So this is a good coin if somebody wanted to put this in their collection, as all three of those are the key date, or one key date for the series, in the sense that it's the first year. I want to show you, this is the 1893 Barber quarter. This was pretty controversial, I guess. The toning on this is very ugly, so I'm showing you what it looked like. I could see a hint of luster on the reverse, but I couldn't see any luster on this obverse. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take off this nasty kind of toning to see what was underneath. And I suspected before I did that the cheek and neck may have been cleaned in some way, because I just couldn't see anything. And I know it's hard, but I just couldn't see any luster. So I did make a short. It was a very controversial short, I guess, but it had many, many views. And here is the end result here of after dipping that coin. You can see a little bit of luster on the reverse here. It looks actually quite nice, the reverse. A lot of detail, a lot of strong detail. And you also notice that I could not take off all that toning. Here is the obverse, and I'm going to show you here. You can see in the fields and along the stars there is luster left, but when I turn it here, you just don't see any luster on Liberty's cheek or Liberty's neck. And they're really, really reflective surfaces, which says to me that it's been polished in some way. I think it's, I guess it's debatable, but I want to show you, this is an MS64 1909 Barber quarter. And that's in my collection here at Massabesic Gold and Silver. And you can see the luster, especially by Liberty's eye, on the cheek, by the jaw, and by the ear. You can see that luster kind of swirling there, or the little cartwheel effect there, especially on the neck. And you can also see it in the fields, especially on the reverse. The reverse really protects its luster for these Barber quarters, and it's really a nice reverse. So this is a really good example of what the luster should look like. And let's look at this coin again. You'll notice too, I was not able to get off all of that toning because I wanted to do a light dipping, and that's what I did. But again, you don't see anything on that cheek or neck. You can see the luster by the stars. You really can. But there's nothing there. I know people got really angry. They said, I ruined the coin. The coin was already cleaned. So all what I was doing was removing the toning. And again, side by side here, you can see in the fields how that luster really matches up to each other, especially in the fields behind Liberty's head, in front of Liberty's nose and chin. But again, when you look at the 1909, especially on the face, and then the 1893's face, you just don't see that luster. Now, underneath this dark and ugly toning, I found something, and that's what I wanted to share with you today because it is really, really cool. So again, I'm really glad I dipped this coin. Why, may you ask? Well, it's very clear, because this is a die clash error. I've never seen one as good as this, but you can see the profile of Liberty on the reverse. The entire profile is there. So Liberty's nose is in between the arrows and the wing of the eagle. Liberty's chin is also between the wing and the ribbon. And then through those stars underneath the ribbon is the neck. And then on the opposite side, we can see the nape of Liberty's neck with the ribbon from Liberty's hair. So this is just, to me, awesome find. And when you look at the obverse, you can also see the eagle's wing. So this is not only is it a die clash error on the reverse, but it's also a die clash error on the obverse. This to me is just so cool. This is why I collect coins. This is why I love numismatics, because when you find things like this is just not your every other day or every day 1893 Barber. This is a really cool die clash error. You can even see behind Liberty's neck or hat there, also evidence of the eagle's wing. So this is just really cool. I'm so glad that I dipped the coin and was able to find that. That'll be staying in the collection for sure. Now, to talk about toning and dipping, when to dip, when not to dip. Now, this coin here, I will not dip. I really appreciate the toning on this coin. I think the toning is really nice. And also, the fields seem very proof-like. So again, I'm hesitant. I would be hesitant to dip this coin. I think I would be very silly to do that. Because this is a really, overall, this coin just, it has a lot of eye appeal with the toning and with the proof-like fields. I don't know. I don't know if this is a proof. I don't know if this is proof-like or if this was cleaned in some way. But if you look at the fields, they seem very proof-like. And it doesn't seem like the devices and the legends are polished. So it says to me, the fields being proof-like and the devices and the legends not being in that same manner, that this is a special coin in some way. Now, I'm not saying it's super valuable. I'm just saying that this is I would not dip this coin. For those of you out there, you might be already saying to yourselves, that's just a cleaned coin. So do whatever the hell you want with it. I don't know. So in this case, I'm going to err on the side of caution because I don't know enough about this. So I will probably bring it to a dealer to see what he or she thinks. Or perhaps I'll send it in to get graded and, be prepared to get a details coin back. Anyway, let's shift gears here to these 90% silver quarters. We got quite a few to go through. We have some Washingtons, some Standing Liberties, and also we have some Barbers. Here's a nice 1964. This is the final year of the Washington Silver Quarter. This is a nice Philadelphia. Seems to be uncirculated with some nice toning. We have another one here. This is a 48D. For those of you who are new to these silver quarters, the mint mark is always on the reverse. So same with the Barbers. Here's a 1914. I will try to throw up the mintages after post edits here to like, for instance, this 1912. I'm pretty sure that they're under 5 million of those that were made, but I'm not 100% sure. And then same with this 1900 Philadelphia. I think there's like 12 million or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put them up so you'll have the real mintages and not just me guessing. Here's a 36. Let's see if it's a 36S. No, it's 36 Philly. 36S is a little bit rarer, less minted, but we'll get into that as we go through these. Here's an 1892. This is nice. So there's a good mintage on these, and this is the first year of the Barber quarter. We have a 1950 Philadelphia. Let's see what else we got here. Trying to put these in order a little bit. This is a 42S. Yeah, that's nice. San Francisco. Very circulated. Here's a 53 Philadelphia. We'll stack these up by the decade. Here's a 43 D. So yeah, we'll get into the 43s too. I'm sure there's more in here. 53 D, it looks like. Maybe that's an S. I don't know. It's tough to say with some of these ones that are worn. 42S. Okay. Another 43D. Here's a 43 plain. Here we go. So you always want to check the 43 plain for the double die obverse. So the 43 Philadelphia has a double die obverse. I think there's like 3 or 4 varieties of it. I want to say 3 actually. Anyway, so that's something to consider when searching those. The 34, oh yeah, I think the 34 has like a light motto, a medium motto, and like a heavy motto. So that's another kind of variety to look for if I remember correctly. Most of these, though, look like to be common dates. Here's another 43D, so that does not have the double die. I think it's only the 43 that has it. Here's a nice circulated 39 Philadelphia. I think that's a common date if I remember correctly. I don't see a mint mark there, but anyway. Yeah, let's look at one of these Standing Liberty quarters. Here's a 1930. This is one of those common dates. It's the final year of the SLQs, if you will. It's nice. That's actually a really nice example. Here's a 41S. Another kind of common date. Here's another 41. Ooh, this is really worn. Let's see. Here's a 35. Oh, that's kind of cool. 35. No mint mark, so Philadelphia. We got a 36 Denver, looks like. The mintage on these, I think, was like 5 or 6 million. And I think, if I remember correctly, the 36 San Francisco has a mintage of almost 4 million. Like it's like 3.8 million or something. 3,800,000 and something. So that's just something to consider if you're in the hunt for a 36S. It could be a little hard to find sometimes. Here's a 53S. Another 43, or the 43 billion. So yeah, you want to look at the In God We Trust on there. That's where the double die is. Here is a San Francisco. Something tells me that you can find double dies in them as well, but I think it's really look how different that S is compared to the other end. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, with the 43s, look them up in the Phoebus Stanton Cherry Picker's Guide, you can see all the different double die obverses for the 43 quarter, which is fun. Oh, here's another 64. This one has some nice luster underneath that toning. This one doesn't look to be quite as uncirculated. It looks like maybe a little bit more about uncirculated, but it's okay. Ooh, this 47 has a strange kind of tone to it. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's see. Got a 57 here. Nice. These are mostly common. Here's a 42S. Wow, we got a lot of 42S's in this. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so again, just kind of talking about these. Here's another, 16. So this is the last year of the Barber. This is a 1916D. I think the 1916 Philadelphia is less mintage than the 1916D. Oh, here's a 1909D. There's I think the mintage is like 5,100,000 and something on those. Let's look at this one, 1926. Can't see that's the trouble with these. So I'm assuming this is a Philadelphia because the mint mark should be right there, but if it was there by the foot, it would be obliterated. So yeah, that's kind of a tough one. But I'm gonna go with that's just a 1926. Yeah, let's keep looking here. Here's a 1960 Philadelphia. It's nice. 1946 D. 1942 S. Another one. Wow, we got a lot of 42 S's here. That's kind of cool. Oh, another 64. Probably Philadelphia. And it is. That's cool. There's another Standing Liberty, and this is the 1926 Philadelphia. This one's got a little bit more detail, but it looks like it's got some graffiti on here. Let's take a closer look. You can see those scratches there. Kind of, I don't know if somebody was trying to write a name or if they were just kind of defacing this. Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, still a nice quarter if you needed a 26 for your collection. It's not too bad. Here is another. This is a 29 Philadelphia. I couldn't tell you the mintage on these, but like I said, I'll put it up in the edits so you all know what the mintages are. Here is a 45S. Fairly common date. Here's a 48S. Another fairly common date. 62. What am I talking about here? 62. That's pretty cool. And what else we got for the Washingtons? Another 48. Let's see. Is it a 48S? Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Yeah. So a lot of these are pretty worn. I don't know if you're a stacker, if you stack, I don't know what you call it, junk silver, constitutional silver, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if this is something you stack. I never really stacked junk silver because of the wear that happens on these. So here's a 48S. So these are nice. To me, these have more numismatic value than they do silver value in my eyes. Obviously they are silver, so they're definitely worth the silver content. But the more worn these are, it lessens that silver a little bit. Here's a 41. Again, I'm not telling you not to stack junk silver. You can often find it a little bit cheaper than others. So it's a 42S, especially when it comes to American Silver Eagles. If you are stacking those, the premiums are still quite high. So this type of silver might be something that would be worthwhile for you. Here's a 27 Philadelphia. This is nice. I think that has a mintage of over 10 million, if I remember correctly. Pretty much all those late 20s into 30, they're the more common dates of the Standing Liberties. Here's a 34. That's pretty cool. Again, looking at those mottos too. Here's another 1909. Oh, that's nice. 1909 D. Okay, another 1909 D. This one's nice. Got some strange kind of colors on there. Let's see. Let's go to another Washington quarter here. Here's a 35 Philadelphia. Let's see. We got another. Oh, nice gash on the 64. Yeah, I don't think that's a mint error. Oh, yeah. Nice big old cut. Something happened there. Actually, this is a 64D. Oh, that's pretty cool. Put that down there. All right. We got another. This is a 1930. Still no mint mark there. This one's a little bit nicer quality. You can see a lot more detail than the other one. Here's a 63. This one seems to have a little bit of luster. Well, not really. I guess that's... No, I'm not seeing... No, I'm not really seeing luster there. I don't know. It's tough to say. Anyway, sometimes that toning can be hard. Here's a 1950. It's 50D. That's nice. And let's see what else we got here. Whoops. Let's turn that around. 44D. And let's go to another Standing Liberty quarter. This 30 is nice. That's a nicer, gets a little bit more detail. And then this one's really got, this has got a little adhesive on it, so I'll have to take that off. You can take that adhesive, see that adhesive there? You can take that off without destroying the toning in any way. Sometimes it just doesn't look right after, though, because you have these complete blank spots, and then the toning, which is fine. A lot of people actually like that tape toning kind of look. This one's nice. This one's got a good look to it. Nice look. Another Barber. It's another 1908. 1908. This is a 1980. This is a New Orleans. Remember, 1909 was the last year for the New Orleans Mint, and I think this has a mintage of under 10 million, if I remember correctly. So this is a nice one to have in your collection. It's not rare or anything, but it's just to find something like this. It's really fun. It's got some decent detail left on it as well. A lot of toning, but it's nice. I like this. I don't see any adhesive or evidence of PVC, which is surprising in this collection. There was a lot of PVC, as we've seen, and a lot of adhesive as well. So that's really nice. I like that. It's a nice coin. Let's keep trucking here. We got another Standing Liberty. I think that's a 26. This is really, really worn. Here's another one. Here's a 1929, it looks like. A lot of scratches on that one as well. And I think, let's see, let's end here, actually. Let's go back to this coin because I love it so much. Just the die clash error is just so awesome. So if you didn't watch the first half of this, I talked about this coin quite a bit, and I showed you all the die clash error on here. So this is the wing, the eagle's wing on the obverse, and then you can see the profile here. That's the back of Liberty's head, and then here is the profile, the face of Liberty, nose, chin, and neck on the reverse here. So that's pretty cool. So if you get a chance, watch the whole video. If you already watched the whole video, thank you for staying for this very long video. And I hope that you put some good stuff in the comments about either this coin or silver stacking or numismatic stacking or putting together collections of these types of quarters. Do you like Barbers? Do you like the Standing Liberty quarters? Or do you even like putting together a Washington set? Washington is a great set to put together. So anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until we meet again, stay safe and enjoy.